Hi, I'm Alicia, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to draw a kestrel. So we're going to start straight in. So firstly, when you're drawing any animals, you want to break them down into shapes. So when looking at this kestrel image, you can see that its head is a circle. So in the centre of your page, you want to be drawing a circle, just like so. Then you want to dip this down into the beak, so you can see that the kestrel's head becomes a little bit flatter. And so you want to kind of add that shape on like this. So kind of blocking it off and constantly referring back to the reference image. And then that sort of flattened front of the head curves into the back like this. But it also curves down into a beak. And the beak is slightly hooked, like so. So it's a sort of sock shape, like a little gnome hat kind of shape. And then this goes into the rest of the head, which you can just kind of mark on. Essentially the body is quite like an oval or like a seed. So kind of mark on that shape approximately like this. And then you want to mark on the wings. So for the wings, we're going to follow the shape of the bird again. So kind of coming out from just behind this sort of ear where the ear would be on the head. You kind of want to come out with a sort of slightly curved line and then bring this down round into another curve, which flicks up into that feather that's peeking out on the wing. And then just kind of allude to the rest of the feather, the rest of the wing, like this, because you can add all of this detail back in later. And then for the next wing, you want to bring it out kind of from this sort of bit of the back here. And it wants to stretch up and again, flick out slightly. Just like so. So these two shapes are both of the wings, and you can see that as long as you have the kind of definition of the little finger feathers, then you're sort of set. And then you want to move on to the tail of the bird. So the tail of the bird is kind of like a club shape. So bringing down from that seed end of the back, you want to bring it out slightly into that fanned club. And again, just kind of allude to where the feathers are. You don't need to mark each individual one out now. Finally, we want to mark on the feet of the bird, which are just kind of clenched underneath. So constantly, again, looking up at the reference image, just see how they're kind of clenched over like a fist. And mark those on like that. And then we want to do the eye of the bird. Eyes are really important because they are the character of the animal. And so the eye is about here on the bird, so kind of just up from where the beak is, it's just about here. And again, it's just a nice little circle, but then you're going to add around the it's got a point at the start, like this bit of the eye is pointed, so we're going to add an additional line marking on that point, and then that should go around like an outline. We're also going to mark on the nostril on the beak, which is just a small circle here, and we're going to shade in the eye. And to shade, you do like a C shape where you press down with one side and flick up. And this helps you capture some of the kind of, like a bit of the glint in the eye. It helps you capture some of the character, kind of mischievousness of the animal. And then we're going to mark on a few quick like defining lines. So we're going to mark on the eyebrow ridge and the kind of sort of shoulder bit of the wing. We can mark on a few lines for the actual feathers, just like so. And we're going to mark on just the ruffles here and just put in some guiding lines for where the like markings on the feathers are. And so there you go, there was your quick rough outline for drawing a kestrel. So I broke it down into shapes, I went around the outline, I was constantly referring back to the reference images, and I marked out exactly kind of where I wanted to add all my detail. And now you can go wild and add some colour and stuff. So I hope that helped.